Hello and welcome to the 741 channel. Thank you for stopping by. Today we're going to take a look at changing this pressure relief valve on my Well-McLain boiler. Okay, so there's a look at the pressure relief valve. You can see it's at the top of the boiler, and then there's an overflow tube that runs down to the floor. And you can see here it's not a huge leak at this point, it's just a slow drip. So I'm not sure if there's just some scale built up in the valve itself that's causing it to be partially open, or if there's a problem with the expansion tank. So the first thing that I've done is I've shut off the water supply valve to the boiler itself, and I've shut the power off on the boiler. The next thing I'm going to do is drain the boiler, and you can see that I've got a hose hooked up to the drain valve, and this just runs over to the other side of the cellar through my walkout doors and into the driveway. The next thing I need to do is remove this overflow pipe from the pressure relief valve. Okay, so there's some complication with this overflow pipe. I also couldn't spin it off of here anyway just because of the way this is arranged. So I think what I'm going to try and do is unsolder this and pull it straight out of here. There's really not enough room in here to put my pipe cutter on here, so this is probably the best option. So this pipe, of course, is going to heat up quite a bit, so I've got one of my wood stove gloves here to kind of hold it, and I can kind of pull on this thing as it heats up. You may be able to hear a little bit of water in there boiling off, so we'll let that cool down for a few minutes, and then I'll get the pipe wrench on here and spin this off. I'll see if I can spin this thing off of here now. Just set that aside for the moment. Now I'll try and get the valve off of here. I'm going to try my bigger wrench and see if we can get it loose with this. Oh yeah, there we go. So here's a look at the new valve next to the old one. You can see it's a little bit different. Got this at Home Depot, and this is really the only thing that they had. The old valve has a male fitting on this end, and this one has a female. So I'm going to need to put a coupler in to use this one. Now luckily I had one in my plumbing box left over from a project I did at an old house I used to live in, so I don't have to run out to the store and get one. Sometimes it pays to be a hoarder. We'll wrap some Teflon tape around these threads and start the reassembly process. Okay, so I'll thread this into the elbow, and I'll give it a few cranks with the pipe wrench here just to get it snug. So now I'll just spin the valve onto the extension here. I'll use an adjustable wrench to tighten this up. Okay, so that's lined up right about where the old one was. So next up I'll put some new Teflon tape on the end of this fitting, and we'll screw this on. While I'm thinking of it, and I can see it, I'm going to clean out the end of this elbow so that when I solder the drain pipe back on, it's a little easier. In fact, while everything's accessible, we'll do a dry fit here and just make sure things are going to go back together. Okay, I think we should be good. Once I get the solder flowing, that should go right in. Okay, that should be right about where it needs to be. Okay, so let's get this soldered back in place. So this doesn't have to be a perfect solder joint since it's just a drain. You can see the bottom of it's not even soldered. So what I'll do is I'll just heat this up, reflow the solder that's there, and shove it in place. That should be good enough to hold it together. Okay, one thing I did intend to do and I forgot was I was going to put a little flux on there just to make things easier, but it seemed like it went together okay. So I think I will try and sweat a little new solder in there just for the sake of doing so. For what it's worth, I'll put a little flux on here now. That should be good enough. I'm going to repressurize the system and then power up the boiler, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so I've opened all the valves here, and I can hear water flowing into the boiler, so I think we're okay. I want to open up this air vent here and let a little of the air that might have gotten into the system out. So far so good. I don't see any leaks, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this thing on and let it run. So this thing's been running for about a half hour or 45 minutes or so, and there's no signs of any new leaking. There's still a little moisture on the floor from where it was leaking before, but that'll dry up through the course of the day. So I think the problem is solved for now. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to leave a comment or subscribe, feel free to do that as well. And if you'd like to support my channel in another way, please consider visiting my Amazon store, which you'll find linked in the description below. Thanks for watching.